What's up, good people? And welcome to Smiley G's Sports Nation. This be your boy Smiley G, the real Smiley G. And today we're going to get into a video entitled King James, the King of Failure. But before I get into this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of all upcoming videos. And if you're feeling generous and want to help the channel grow, please donate via Cash App to Smiley G 2006 212212. And please feel free to comment in the comment section because I do want all the smoke. But with that being said, let's get into this thing. LeBron James, aka King James, a self-proclaimed king, stepped into the NBA with high regard as well as high expectations. He had won 3 state championships at St. Vincent St. Mary High School and was known as the best prospect in the world at the time. Many people dubbed him the chosen one and said he would be the one to overthrow a certain someone known by a majority as the GOAT of basketball. LeBron gladly took on this challenge and in his opinion thought that he had eclipsed this someone by saying,
"That one right there made me the greatest player of all time." That's what I felt.
But did it? Kawhi Leonard sure didn't think so, for he laughed at the blasphemy. But LeBron James even had a prophecy from a prestigious being who told him, "You will fail!" But he shoved it off, thinking it was just a nightmare. Little did he know, this prophecy would hit home tenfold. Let me walk you through why LeBron James is the king of failure.
The first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
LeBron James' career started out in Cleveland, and though he had won Rookie of the Year, the Cleveland Cavaliers would miss the playoffs the first 2 years of his NBA career. You will fail. That's right, Emperor Shao Kahn. And fail he did. But first, he had a little success. Not much, but a little to receive the credit that a young NBA veteran was warranted to receive. He had managed to take the Detroit Pistons, a team that had previously been into the NBA Finals, to 7 games before suffering a defeat. Then the following year, he managed to get to the NBA Finals, his 4th year in the league, as a 22-year-old veteran, eventually getting swept by the San Antonio Spurs led by the Mr. Fundamental Tim Duncan. But then things started to go in the opposite direction, losing 2 consecutive years as the favorite going into an NBA series. One was to the Orlando Magic, and the next year to the Boston Celtics. It was rumored that this guy was having fun with Mother Queen James, which led to LeBron James having nightmare games in games 4, 5, and 6 against the Boston Celtics.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
I call cap, for LeBron James has a history of making poor excuses for why he plays terribly. But we will get into that more later. All I know is that LeBron James went from averaging 32.3 points per game and shooting 53.4% from the floor in games 1, 2, and 3 to disappearing and averaging 21 points a game and shooting an atrocious 32.8 from the floor the final 3 games of that same series. You will fail. Right again, Emperor. And it gets worse. after Cleveland Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert had called LeBron James out, calling him quitting on his team. He decided he would teach Dan Gilbert a lesson and take his talents to South Beach.
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Yeah, LeBron James was tired of getting his ass kicked in Cleveland, so he had to stack the deck, where he promised to.
Not one championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Hey, and when I say that, I really believe it. You will fail.
And miserably. I mean, what the hell LeBron James was thinking about when he made that insane statement? First off, he would get his ass handed to him by Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks, losing in an embarrassing fashion in 6 games, making it his 3rd consecutive season of losing a series as the favorite. But the icing on the cake was his 8-point game disaster in Game 4 versus the Mavericks, as well as having 4 players averaging more points than him in that series. There was another rumor going around that this guy was having an affair with his then girlfriend, Savannah.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
That was supposed to be the reason why he struggled in this series. Again, I call cap. But the next year, he prevailed in commanding fashion, going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder, beating them in 5 games, and winning his first ever NBA championship and finals MVP. The next year, he was saved by Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, and the Spurs themselves. Bosh for getting 2 offensive rebounds, Ray Allen for hitting the biggest shot of his NBA career, and the Spurs for missing free throws down the stretch, as well as Greg Popovich taking out Tim Duncan in crucial situations, which ultimately led to Chris Bosh getting those offensive rebounds that gave Ray Allen the opportunity to hit that shot. The end result was the Miami Heat winning a nail-biter and LeBron James winning his 2nd championship and 2nd finals MVP. Things seem to be going in the right direction, eh? But then, 14 happened, and a certain individual got his revenge. For Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs took back the crown and won the 2014 NBA championship, giving LeBron James and the Miami Heat the largest point differential deficit in NBA Finals history.
You will fail.
We're starting to develop a little pattern here. Every time LeBron James gets humiliated, or if he thinks things are about to go bad, he packs up his bags and run away to go stack the deck someplace else. His next destination? Back to his home in Cleveland, Ohio. He now had a new big 3 after leaving Miami from teaming up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, with Uncle Drew, aka Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love as teammates. He could surely redeem his damaged and blemished career by making up and winning 7 championships here, since he failed miserably in South Beach. But little did he know, things would go worse this time around than it did in South Beach. He managed to get to the finals all 4 years while back in Cleveland. But out of those 4, he would fail 3 times out of 4, losing 3 out of 4 shots to the Golden State Warriors. The first year, LeBron James was without Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving for majority of the 2015 NBA Finals. He fought hard to win 2 games out of the series, but ran out of gas in the end. The next year went a little different. Golden State took a 3-1 lead, but desperate prayers, get well cards, and a stimulus package from Mr. Adam Silver himself managed to save Cleveland. First, Andrew Bogut, who had did a great job protecting the paint in this series, was injured in Game 5 and didn't return. Andre Iguodala got nicked and wasn't 100% for the rest of the series. And Draymond Green was ejected in Game 5 for throwing a punch at LeBron James and suspended Game 6, which gave Cleveland momentum and eventually the series.
Offensive play by Kyrie Irving, but it's a play he's made his entire life. The ability to score and flat out get it done on the offensive end. Irving now with 26 and back.
And I just kept that same positive attitude, like, instead of saying, why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do. And Cleveland, this is for you.
After winning the series, LeBron James' arrogance and ego made him say the most ridiculous thing said by an undeserved so-called phony GOAT in NBA history.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what I
many
felt.
reasons.
Whatever you say, LeBron James.
Will fail.
Yes, you will fail, LeBron James. Just like the movie that I got the previous clip from had failed. Golden State eventually acquired Kevin Durant, and that was the extinction of the LeBron James-led Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland lost the next 2 championship series against the Golden State Warriors, so LeBron James' ungrateful crybaby ass took his talent to the City of Angels, just knowing that this would be different. But he battled his first major injury of his career that caused him to miss a large amount of games. He came back from injury, but playoff mode activated. But I guess the activation had expired because the Lakers would get punished down the stretch, forcing LeBron to miss the playoffs for the first time since his sophomore season. During the offseason, LaFailure James got on Jenny Butts and Rob Pelinka's ass about not being able to stack the deck for him so he wouldn't fail like he's been doing for his entire career. He even got Irvin Magic Johnson to step down as president of basketball operation because even Magic was beginning to see.
You will fail.
But some sunshine was peeping through the clouds as the Lakers managed to get their hands on Anthony Davis, aka Mr. Street Clothes himself, via trade. This season was probably LeBron's most blessed season in his whole NBA career, for the pandemic of COVID-19 had gave the Lakers the rest they needed to give LeBron his 4th, well, in my opinion, 3.5 and final ring of his career, as well as his 4th Finals MVP. He made Mr. Street Clothes do all the dirty work in the previous 3 rounds, while he took over in the 2020 NBA Finals, so he could make sure he got the Finals MVP trophy as he led the Los Angeles Lakers over the Miami Heat in 6 games. But he wasn't done yet. He had something else to put on the table.
We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization want their respect. Laker Nation want their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
Well, just like Stephen A. said, and like I said in a previous video, consider yourself disrespected, because you are nothing more to me than the king of failure. The years following this season will be contested with injuries, bad trades, coaching woes, and selfish accomplishments that LeBron James sought to obtain over winning so he could fool the masses and entertain his fanboys and jock sniffers and proclaim himself the so-called GOAT. He was eliminated in the first round by the Phoenix Suns in 2021 when Anthony Davis went down with an injury. Then in 2022, in an embarrassing manner, LeBron had the worst season of his NBA career, not making the playoff for the 4th time. In 2023, he was blessed with the Memphis Grizzlies having 2 major injuries in their front court that handicapped them from being able to guard both him and Anthony Davis. They upsetted the number 2 seeded Grizzlies in 6 games, managing to get to the Western Conference Finals after getting past Curry and the Golden State Warriors, which was the first time LeBron James had beaten the Warriors in the series since 2016. But LaFailure held true to his name again, being absolutely destroyed by the Denver Nuggets in a 4-game sweep. LeBron's overrated clutch gene was exposed as he auditioned for both the Hollow Man and Invisible Man role in this series when it mattered the most. The next year started on a whim with their frivolous in-season tournament trophy. The Lakers was overrated so much so that the media was beginning to get tired of doing it. The Lakers showed their true colors, however, and from the first round, they was easily defeated by the defending champions Denver Nuggets in 5 games.
To Caldwell Pope, he'll try a 14-footer. No, Jokic, yes! Inside, spins out of traffic, out to Murray, 3, good!
This series was the last and up-to-date failure of his career. But I know what y'all LeBron lackeys, fanboys, and jock sniffers are thinking. LeBron James was 39 years old when he played this year.
Joe Louis was 75 years old when he fought.
I don't know how old he was, but he got an ass whipped.
Joe Louis had come out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano. The man was 76 years old. Joe Louis always lied about his age. He lied about his age all the time. One time, Frank Sinatra comes out here and sat down in this chair. And I said, Frank, you hang out with Joe Louis. Just between me and you, how old is Joe Louis? You know what Frank told me? He said, hey, Joe Louis is 137 years old. 137 years old.
That's what that comment reminds me of when I hear LeBron James, lackeys, fanboys, and jock sniffers say that. But y'all give him praise when he does great at 39, but defends him when he slows out in the same juncture. Come on, LeBron fanboys. Let's be logical here. I know when people say something that y'all don't like about LeBron James, y'all emotions get high. And I know when emotion is high, logic is low. But what about when he was 26 years old?
Right after the game ended, Dirk emotional, he went to the line.
That one is self-explanatory. But what about when he was 29 years old?
And now the whole world does.
Man, Dwayne Wade was washed up there, man. So was Tim Duncan. But what about when he was 32 years old? Man, Golden State was stacked. So was Cleveland. But y'all see the pattern here. LeBron James or his fanboys especially the one he pays, would do and say anything to make an excuse for why LeBron failed to do something. LeBron James himself would do and say anything to make an excuse for why he is portrayed as LaFailure James. I know Bronny, Bryce, and Zori actually believe it when their mama has said LeBron was
the GOAT, respectfully.
Well, folks, Mama's wrong again.
In closing, LeBron James is a great player, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying that he isn't, but he does have too many blemishes and failures to be called a GOAT competitor in any sport in the history of sports. He has more championship game losses than any other GOAT contender in sports history, ladies and gentlemen. That alone makes LeBron James the king of failure. Again, please like and subscribe, comment in the comment section, because I do want all the smoke. And peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. I'm out.
Are you enjoying the rewards of failure? You are forever known as outcast. Failure. Failure!